sticking the cross. And see, that's what comes with being a leader in the church. When your neighbor, experiences death in their family, we ain't talking about the church building. I'm talking about, you said you was a deacon. You know that when that person next door to your house died, man, my job is to go over there and show them some love. It ain't got nothing to do with the war. I'm going to school to take my kids to school, and I see a little boy that got holes in their shoes, and I got a pocket full of money. But I'm a deacon at somebody's church. And, man, that little boy can't be going to school with my children or my daughter and don't got no shoes. Man, I'm going to go run up the pavements. I'm going to get them some new shoes. I'm talking about show them some kind. God needs some leaders in the universal church. He needs some people to volunteer for the sickness. He needs some. We talking about we just coming here to learn the word. How many nursing homes y'all have passed when y'all came here today? Yeah. Y'all know when we used to, when I come in, we used to go up to the hospital, PG hospital, and man, it blew my mind when we walked through that little nursing home on the other side, and the dude walked in there and they just asked the people, do you want some prayer? And people eyes got so big and said, yeah, we want prayer. I'm like, man, we gotta push and pull and beg people to pray for them. And these people would say, yes, you can pray for me. Y'all know how many people in the nursing home waiting for somebody to come by and say, you got something you want me to pray for? You can, man, I'm talking about leaders in the church. But before you come and say something to me, please, I got enough on my plate, but I can encourage you, support you. But before you commit to going to somebody's nursing home to feed somebody, realize I'm going to have to do this day after day, Sunday after Sunday. Thursday. In other words, this is a responsibility of a leader. And what I'm saying is, everybody can't be a leader in the universal church. He needs leaders. He needs you to get by yourself. But he's saying, man, don't you just come here and try to show off to walk around and say, I'm deacon so-and-so. I'm trustee so-and-so. Man, it's a price, man. That Sunday or that Thursday that you don't show up or you don't go to the school, man, that woman or that little boy was sitting on the back row waiting on you, and you said, man, I stayed up too late last night. What that got to do anything with the little boy that's waiting on the back pew for you, man? Everybody can't be a leader in the church. So now when we understand, it says they appointed them. So now it says they appointed them to that position. They were assigned a responsibility. And I needed us to say, Paul and Barnabas assigned them the responsibility to be elders of the church. So what I'm saying is, all of that stuff that we look at, the titles for a position, null and void. Move past that. Look at the responsibility. So now if I take the responsibility of the church, so what's the church? The church is the people. Not where your church at. I'm talking about God's people. So if God touch you and say, man, look, I'm appointing you to the people, your number one concern is the people. People are sick. People are hurt. So now I got to realize that sister about to quit. That sister about to lose their mind, and it's you. She needs for you to go and encourage her and be strengthened and say, look, keep the faith. I know things ain't been going your way. I know stuff ain't going your way, but I know you want to quit. But guess what? This is part of the process, sticking here. So, see, it's not enough of us that's been through enough, because we've been coming. I remember that lady tell me that. Some of us need to get burnt by fire. Y'all been coming playing church, but I need this one, I need you to touch the stove. Now this one I ain't saying come and know it's hot, don't you touch. No, I need you to touch it. I need you to touch it so you can know this thing real. And so now when you realize this thing real, this thing ain't a game. So now, first of all, when a word comes to me, I realize it ain't for everybody else first, it's first for me. So now I got to make sure I ain't playing church. I got to make sure. Let me tell y'all this. Right now, that little dude going on 12 years old. She about to be 9. It ain't one Sunday that they woke up and went to go ask their mommy, are we going to church? I wish they would. Not when I'm in the house. Not when I'm in the house. We getting ready on Saturday and all during the week we thinking about Thursday and Sunday because Daddy set the tone. when she get grown and she look for a husband, if Slim ain't going to church and ain't taking her to church, she best to move on. Because if she bring her past my house, it ain't happening. For all that other slick stuff, man, we go to church. Football, basketball, fishing, no, we go to church. We love the Lord. And I'm saying that to say, because see, I need something. That's my baby girl. And I know jokers. I love the Lord with all my heart. And so I pray to him, Lord, let that cup pass me. I don't want her to go and get a boyfriend or get married and a joker put their hands on her.
All right.
That's reality. But if the jokers and the fathers raise their kids and don't help their kids learn how to deal with their tempers and know where to put their hands at, she gonna get married to a joker that got to put their hands on her, and now I can't be Pastor Rob. I got to pray and fast. But I'm trying to help her enough to say at least she got some strength that it was a joker that was in the church. That he wasn't just going to church on Sunday, he was doing something. I need her to get, she needs some help. I mean, in other words, she got to have something to work with. I'm not saying, baby, look, don't go on the corner and pull the joke up that ain't got nothing in it. You got to have something in there when you got to have something so that when you pray, the Holy Spirit is in him and you say, Lord, touch him, work with him. I need her to be able to work with something. But then, Derek, I'm going to move on, because see, right, we were talking about a young lady that got, artificial insemination and don't know who the daddy is. And I just said I couldn't do that because, see, Mabel, I know my stock, right? Slim got good stock. Slim, you just can't go out and get any girl. She got to be right. So what I'm saying is, when they find out who he is, man, you got to be careful who blink their eye at you and wink their eye. So the little girls in school, my question is, man, do they go to church? Who their parents are? And so if you ain't thinking about them good, but if you think about them, daddy need to know what they do during the week. With his parents, but I know they like it. Even though she's a little girl, they like basketball, that's cool. But do their parents take them to Bible study? Do they go? I need to know, because see, he can't just get caught up with anything. Look, we just stay in the books. We stay in the books and we wait on the Lord to send you something. But what I'm saying is you got to know. And what I'm saying is we got to put them in, they need something to work with. And if we're not giving them something to work with, we in trouble. But first of all, I got to know how to pray. The shooting, all of us went through that. All of us thought about that. And at the end of the day, what can we do about that? But our kids and our loved ones, we still got to live in it. So, as I say, we got to pray. We got to stay on our knees. But when you go out there, because you don't think like that, right? We ain't trying to harm nobody, right? And why are we not trying to harm nobody and hurt nobody? Because we love the Lord. So the best thing we can do is pray and try to get them to come in so that we can talk to them about the Lord. So catch them, Lord. I know you love coaching basketball. Man, invite them little kids to Bible study or church. Or you start something in your backyard. Man, get them kids in the Word. So they ain't got to be thinking about, oh man, my daddy loves guns and we can do this and my daddy. No. We need to have them something to change their minds. It's work out there. And so it says, how do they appoint these leaders in the church? First of all, their responsibility is the church. And that's the people. The ones who are called and set aside. And so now that I went through some stuff, that I understand, Paul and Barnabas, they went through some stuff and they understood this stuff. So, in other words, right, you done been through some stuff. Life, kids, all of that stuff. You done been through some stuff, right? So now you done realize I done been through some stuff. And so now you look at the next person that come in. So now I got to have some compassion for the next person. So now that I have some compassion for the next person, God is saying, man, I know you thinking that you're not ready and you don't need that, but God said, I ain't talking about the church building. I'm talking about God saying, I'm trying to point you so that when the next person come in, you can be able to tell them, greater is coming. And see, happening is too many of us put too many people in a position. And, oh, now, I hear you, Russ. I know nothing about driving a dump truck or driving any of those big trucks. But I heard what you said. And you say, man, he can come work with me, but I'm going to let him ride with me first so that he can get familiar with the truck. That's love. Compassion. He cares. Not many people going to do that. Somebody must have did that to him. But this is what we do in the church. Man, you look good. You coming with your family, man. You a deacon. Go be a deacon. By himself. He trying to figure all of this stuff out by himself. He trying to figure out how to run his family, how to do all of this stuff. Do all of this stuff. Now you done put a new position on him, and ain't nobody walking with him. Ain't nobody saying, man, come on, don't get in the drive. You ain't ready to drive. Sit in the passenger side and let me teach you how to drive this thing. And so now, I said, man, go ahead and get in the driver's seat. Let me watch, see what you do. That's what we got to get back to. But now, I just want to show off and say, hey, man, do this. But I'm doing more harm to you. And so now when I throw you out there to the wolves, it done messed you up so much. And so now when you come to the next church, and I'm sitting here saying, man, I'm scared to death to even say the word to him because it's going to run him away because of the last person. He's doing all of the work. He's faithful. He's there. But as soon as you say the word, it's because of the last relationship, the last thing. But I'm trying to say, if I can teach you this and say it, man, no harm to them, but they did it wrong. They did it wrong. Man appointed you. Now we're going to work with it. See, too many of us are appointing people to leadership positions. Man can't appoint you to that. Man ain't supposed to appoint you to that, and I can prove it. It says, Paul and Barnabas appointed elders for each of them in the church, and with prayer and fasting. Yeah. See, if we work with this thing, that's why I say, see, Kurt, this is why I love here, right? We ain't got to be all over the Bible and try to be super deep and try to go through the whole Bible. I'm just saying, God, give me the word. Tell me what to preach. But if you keep coming, eventually it's going to be a word for your situation. And what I'm trying to tell you is the word work. You got to keep coming back. Because this week, it might not be your word, but it's young brother word. You got to keep coming. And so what I'm saying, now that I get past myself, you know what? I'm coming to encourage and strengthen somebody. Maybe it wasn't for me this week. It was for them. So now that I come there, we say we need some elders, some leaders in the church. How do we get that? We can't choose them. We can't pick them. It says through prayer and fasting. First of all, now we're saying we need some help here. We need Sunday school teachers. The church is wrong. Can't do it all. But I refuse to do something to put us in a situation to where financially we can't support it. We can't support getting no more extra hours at the school. We can't support getting another classroom at the Bible study. We ain't got enough people to bring in. So when we get some more people to bring in some more offering, then we can get there to pay for another room. But before we can get there, two things got to happen. We need more people to get there so we can pay for another room, get some more hours here. But then it's a need in the church. We need leaders. See all these young soldiers right here? They need a teacher for Bible study. So I'm struggling in my head with saying, God got to shut me down because my heart with them. Man, it's like I'm like a dog biting at the bits. I want Avery. I want AJ. I want Avante. I want all of the young, because I got patience for them. But God's saying, that ain't you. You got to wait. Keep me in your class. So my prayer is, God, send somebody that I can just give some lessons to give them youngins some time. Because all they need is some direction. But anybody can't teach. I love them too much. I just met them and I love y'all. So I ain't putting anybody with them, because before I put anybody with them, they gonna be in the class with me. So just as much as I teach y'all, guess what? I'm gonna call every name. I'm gonna call Avante name. Because until God send a leader to teach the junior high, guess what? They gonna be in the grown man class.
Amen.
Until God send some more people with some more finances, so we can get another classroom. Then when they gotta send another person that's gonna sit and be here for a while, so that he can know what we believe in: patience, love, and the Bible. Now that other funny stuff. Now if you sit here for a while and you can do that, then I'm going to free you to talk to the youngest. But until then, you can come all you want. We're going to love you. and you're going to see. But I'm trying to tell you, there's a need for some leaders in the church. So I'm thanking God for them to be patient, for me to work with them, for me to stimulate their mind. But I'm saying, man, they need a teacher. They need a teacher. It ain't going to be that. And what I realize, ain't nobody going to throw them to the wolves. If I got to go in there with the teacher for 3-4 weeks, I'm, hey, Tuck, you got this, I'm in there with them to show them to this. Because I love them too much. What I'm saying is, for the church to grow, for them to go, they need a teacher. And that's what I'm saying here, but they got to come through prayer and fast. So now it's saying, God, that's what my prayer is, team. I'm praying. I'm petitioning God to do something. Show me who's the next leaders of the church. And it's not in the church walls. It's everywhere you, if you a leader, everywhere you go, you a leader. Whether it's on your job, whether it's in your community. Because see, now it's going to help you to live. And when you say, man, hey, I used to be a deacon or I used to be so-and-so, because I was at the job, man, I taught you wrong. If God called you and appointed you, you wasn't just a deacon of that church, man. You a deacon. You a trustee, man. You've been entrusted to do something for the Lord wherever you go, man. So now that I accept this, wherever I go, it's me. And let me move on. Let me help you though. If you show up wherever you at in your community and you got to say, I'm deacon and so-and-so, let your walk do the talk. We doing certificates for kids because we got the Good Samaritan Award at the little elementary school. So as kids, that we want kids to go out in their community and do something good. So every quarter, if these kids do it, we get five kids certificates, and they get a gift card. So every awards assembly, the kids get it at the school. So I love the school because my kids went there. He don't go there no more. So we just going to the awards assembly to see the kids get their award. But the principal know that we giving this to the school. So all of the parents and all of this stuff there, I'm in my hoodie, my black hat, because I want to see my baby. I'll say, hey, Pastor Wood, we want to thank you for the certificates, this and that. If you could see the people's eyes turn around and look at this bald-headed guy, this and that, and I say, I'm not going up on those stages, but I thank God that these little 3rd and 4th graders are going out in the community and doing it. I'm not going to the elementary school saying I'm Pastor Wood. I'm trying to help their kids to go in the neighborhood instead of throwing, we used to throw rocks at people. Y'all know how many people my father had to pay for people windows because we were throwing rocks? I don't want my kids to be throwing no rocks. I don't want my windows. That was funny when we were growing up. But man, windows cost money. I thank God that don't come back. But man, we was throwing rocks at people's windows. Man, that wasn't right. That stuff wasn't right. But if we can help some kids nowadays, y'all don't just go around throwing rocks. Man, we can't. Who in here can afford to be paying for some windows? They got big ones. We had the little windows back there. You go to the hardware store and put, man, y'all kids keep doing the right thing. And it says, well, we praying. So in order to get leaders in the church, we must first pray. And we asking God to tell us who's the next leaders. And fast. But see, in other words, you got to be a part of a local body. Once you get appointed, you go out and do the work. But in other words, we need to see. Why am I going to be praying to God to show me who's here, who's going to be the next leader, if I don't see? So now, if we coming and we praying together, you think we going to pray together and ask God to show us who the next leader, and God going to speak to us and say, brother so-and-so, and we ain't seen them in a month? God ain't going to just pick somebody that we ain't seen. God saying, you got to be here in the fellowship. First of all, so that you can get to know some other people. So somebody can know that you love them. Somebody can know that you care about them. But the reason that I'm saying that there's a standard, we just going through here first so that you can understand and be honest with yourself. Man, I feel it. And it's 2 things we want you to do. I want you to keep coming here in the Word so that you can fall in love with the Lord, so that you can have enough love in your heart that you want to help the youngins. You want to help some other men. You might have a good marriage, and you might say, man, you know what, I want to help some other people with their marriage. But you say, man, I don't want to be nobody leader. But if you come long enough and you say, man, I got something, I can at least tell them a word, man, listen to them. You know, all of us been through that, to know that, man. You hit it right on the head. We know our wives right. That's why God let us marry. But we men, it's something hard. It's hard for us to say, baby, you right. But instead of us saying you right, we go and be like, we just gonna do it. But in us doing it, we saying you right. But it's a man thing. It's just a man thing. But you right. He said, that's go hard right there. He stood up and said, you was right. But we rather say, man, I got what you're saying. It's just a man. We're going to go with him because it's the man. But it's something about, we know. In other words, we go do the work, but we need y'all to be our eyes and ears. But it's a way that y'all got to present it to us. It's going to take us a while to say, man, baby, you right. But we love for y'all to look out for us and say, hey, don't mess with them. They trying. Because we look, now that we in the church, we ain't really got that eye like we had in the street. We trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. But see them, they remember when we were there. And they say, don't you be that, can't say that word, but don't you be that gullible in the church. I need you to pay attention to how he was talking to you doing it. And so we want y'all to keep talking, but cut us some slack. Just take it to where I'm going to tell them that, and I'm gonna let somebody else do it. And later on, maybe when we get to be seasoned like Uncle Willie, we're going to be like, baby, you were right. But y'all got, we still in our crime. We still in our crime. We're going to wrestle with y'all for a while. Amen. But we want y'all to know we hear y'all. It's just something in our DNA. And the more we get around some other brothers, it's birds of a feather. So now, like I said, it's easy for us to be around Brother Derek, Diesel, all that, because all of us loving our wives. So now it's like, man, it's cool. Man, you love him? Yeah, we loving it. Because it's a cool thing. We used to be around the barbershop talking this other stuff. But we are now around a different crew. So in other words, it's cool. As I was telling you on Thursday, the other lifestyle, it wasn't cool to say that I cared about you. But now we're in this, it's all right to care. The other lifestyles, man, I got to keep, you might try to get me, and I'm like, in other words, it was rough. I got to get you before you get me. So now, even though we did, I might get something from it, but I'm putting up the street and I'm counting the money. And if you shorted me, hey man, Russ, you ain't right. But I should be able to take the money and go home and put it up but it's just that. But now we in church, I feel like that man not gonna try to cheat me. But in the other, like, man, I don't care how good, man, I'm pulling over. I'm pulling over. I ain't trying to let him get down the road too far. Yeah, you know, but it's just that. But now that we in this environment, we can put down our guard, right? Man, this man right here, just met him now that we in the church. Love you to death. But if we would have met in a prior life, I couldn't tell him that I love him. Because now I'm like, man, he gonna think I'm soft or this. We gotta be tough. We gotta play the tough guy. But it's like, now, why we gotta play the tough guy? In other words, he showed me who he is, and I'm showing him who I am every day. And what I'm saying is, the man you show me, man, I want to hang with you. That's what in other words, man, think about, we're going to move on. The Diesel, think about who you were. And the Diesel that I know now, the Diesel who you were, that wasn't you. It was never, we were being somebody that we weren't created to be. Yeah. We were created to be loved and loving, but we were put into an environment to play tough, steal, kill, and destroy and hurt people. We wasn't created to do that. And so now that we know better, we trying to do better, and now we trying to teach them. How many of y'all think these young boys think it's going to be cool to be tough? Well, now we got to show them being tough ain't going to get you to the finish line. Be aware, but man, be loved. Man, look out for somebody, because now when you look out for somebody else, somebody going to look out for you. Moving on, but like I said, how many of us when we was in high school, we always thought it was cool to be with the class clown. We wanted to be with the in crowd, because all the ones that were making all the noise going on, and now we realize, them the dummies sitting in front of the liquor store. Them the ones that not doing nothing. And now to this day, when you call them, they still doing the same stuff they were doing 15 years ago. And we thought they were cool. Man, Slim, what's up with you? Like, Slim, you still wear your clothes? But before we assign them anything, we got to be told who to assign the responsibility.
Yeah.
And so who do we get it from? We pray and ask God to show us that, and we fast. And fasting is saying that, you know what, we not only praying, this thing, the reason that I wanted us to see this thing, Kurt, is because, see, first I need you to feel your pain. See, you got some jokers that grow up that don't care about people, not let alone even their family. But then sometimes you meet people that care about their family, their mom, their dad, their brothers and sisters, and they care. And so now when you meet those type of people that care about their family, and then they go through something with their family, and they try to move heaven and earth to be there for their family, their loved ones. And so now when they try to go there and be there for their loved ones, we realize that, you know what, it hurts.
Yeah.
See, the shooting and all of that, we concerned about it, but some of us are more concerned than others because, see, we don't have no kids in elementary school or high school. But it's a little different when we got kids that's in school. So now when I'm talking about you that got kids that's in school. And see, you feel a different type of way because your kids are there. Now you thinking about when your baby get old enough, they got to go through school. See, it's a different type of reality for you. So now you realize in the age that you are now, imagine when she gets 20, if the world don't get better. It's real. Stuff just got real. You see how it got real? And so now it just got real. But if he don't come, and for I'm to tell him that, man, we going to keep praying and we going to keep doing, things going to get better. So the same way that he's coming and sticking and staying for somebody to encourage him, we saying we need elders and leaders of the church so that somebody can tell the next person. And see, he can't tell the next person that if he ain't went through it. Imagine a person that don't got kids versus a person that got kids, and you got kids. He want to come tell you something, and he want to come tell you something. God didn't appoint him the elder yet. God didn't appoint him the leader. God isn't appointing him the leader because he knows you got the kid in school. He needs to be the one to come and tell you, man, greater is coming. But we've been so messed up. We've been so messed up in our head that, man, I've been messed up so much from somebody, I'm not taking the assignment. But we prayed and we fasted. Why? Because it's important. In other words, somebody that been through it and they said, man, I wasn't there for my kids. And now God has showed you the importance of being there for their kids. So now another young man coming to the church talking about his baby mother this and this and that and other. God saying, it's you. I need you to go talk to him. Not talk to him from this. Talk to him from your hurt. Or how your son and daughter look at you and they don't respect you. But God turned it around and now you need to tell him, even though it don't feel good, it don't look good, stick in there with it. Because with God, all things are possible. God is saying, I need you to take your assignment. In other words, I need to keep coming. Because now, what the girl said, he said the bumps, the bruises, the shaking. He was trying to do some stuff to you. God said, I'm trying to get you somewhere. I'm trying to graduate you to somewhere. Because, see, it ain't just about you. All the pain that you went through, all the stuff that you went through. I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all stay in the process, everything that you went through, if you stay in the process long enough, God going to send somebody that been through all of the stuff that you've been through or about to go through, and you're going to say, wow, God, that wasn't cute. It didn't feel good, but I get it now. I get it. Bro, you know how many people we have met now? Their loved ones are on a trach machine. That did not feel good. It did not feel good. But now that we tell it, we done seen that story play out. We didn't know what God was doing. All the tears, all of this, but now that we stayed in the process, it makes it feel better. Because we were created, we were considered worthy to suffer for Christ, so that Christ can say, your pain I'm going to use to make somebody else feel better. So in other words, God is trying to show us, man, I got to get you past that. Everything you need, he's saying, stick in the process so he can help. So he can love. sit here long enough for him to love us and for him to squeeze on us so that he can